I squatted wrong for 3 years and dealt with constant knee pain and barely any leg growth. Then I learned the proper technique and everything changed. So stick around because this is your evidence-based guide to squatting properly, and the mistake in point number 3 is probably the same one you're making right now. Squats are called the king of exercises for a reason. They build legs, strengthen your core, boost metabolism, and improve athleticism, but only if you do them correctly. Today, I'm walking you through proper squat technique based on biomechanics research and what actual strength coaches teach. By the end, you'll know exactly what to fix to squat safely and start seeing real leg growth. Let's start with the setup. First, finding your stance. There's no single perfect position. Your ideal stance depends on your individual hip anatomy, specifically your femur length and hip socket structure. Here's how to find what works for you. Stand naturally and jump up and down a few times. Where your feet land is typically close to your natural squat stance. For most people, that's shoulder width to slightly wider. Now, foot angle. Research shows your toes should point outward between 15 to 30 degrees, not straight forward. Think of your feet like clock hands pointing to 11 and 1 o'clock. This angle allows your femur to move through a fuller range of motion without hip impingement. Quick test. Squat with toes pointing straight forward. Feels restrictive, right? Now turn your toes out about 20 to 25 degrees and squat again. Most people immediately notice they can descend more comfortably and achieve greater depth. Now, before you even descend, you need to create intra-abdominal pressure. This is not just flexing your abs. Take a deep breath into your belly, not your chest. Your entire midsection should expand in all directions, front, sides, and back. This is called 360-degree breathing. Hold that breath and brace your entire core like someone's about to push you. Your abs, obliques, everything should be tight. Research by Dr. Stuart McGill shows proper bracing reduces compressive forces on your spine by approximately 40%. When I learned this technique, it made an immediate difference. My back felt stable, I could handle more weight safely, and that nagging discomfort disappeared. You maintain this brace throughout the entire movement. All right, you're set up properly. Now let's talk about the descent. And this is where I was destroying my knees for years. Here's the mistake that caused my knee pain. I was initiating the squat by pushing my knees forward instead of sitting back. Now let me be clear, there are different squat styles. Low bar powerlifting squats involve more sitting back. High bar Olympic squats are more upright with knees traveling forward. Both are valid, but for general strength training, here's what works best. Initiate by simultaneously pushing your hips back slightly while allowing your knees to bend. Think about sitting back into a chair, not just dropping straight down. Research shows this hip hinge pattern distributes forces more effectively and reduces knee joint stress. Your knees will still move forward, that's completely normal. In fact, a 2003 study showed that restricting forward knee travel actually increases stress on the hips and lower back by up to 1,000%. So knees going past your toes isn't dangerous if you have good ankle mobility. The key is starting with your hips. Think hips back and down rather than knees forward and down. Now, as you descend, your knees need to track in line with your toes. This is critical for injury prevention. Your knees should move in the same direction your toes are pointing. They shouldn't cave inward. That's called knee valgus, and research shows it increases ACL and meniscus tear risk. The cue is spread the floor or gently push your knees out in the direction your toes point, not forcing them way outside, just maintaining alignment. Here's a drill. Put a resistance band around your knees and do bodyweight squats. The band pulls your knees inward and you resist by pushing out. This teaches your nervous system proper tracking. Now depth. How low should you go? Research shows full range of motion squats where your hip crease descends at least to parallel with your knee produce superior results. A 2012 study found deep squats activated glutes and quads significantly more than partial squats. If you can go deeper without form breakdown, that's beneficial. Olympic lifters squat deep and develop exceptional leg strength. But here's the limitation. Only descend as deep as you can keep your spine neutral. If your lower back rounds significantly at the bottom, that's called butt wink.
you've exceeded your current mobility. Dr. McGill's research shows spinal flexion under load significantly increases disc herniation risk. Squat as deep as you can while keeping your core braced, spine neutral, and heels flat. For some, that's parallel. For others, it's below parallel. Both build strength effectively. Work on mobility separately to improve depth over time. Now let's talk about standing back up, because this is where technique often breaks down. When ascending from the bottom, maintain your core brace, keep your torso angle consistent, and drive through your whole foot. A common error is weight shifting forward onto your toes. This happens when people don't engage their posterior chain properly. When weight shifts forward, you lose mechanical advantage and stress your knees. Keep your weight distributed across your whole foot, heel through midfoot. The cue, drive through your heels, helps prevent forward shifting, but technically force should come through your entire foot, centered over your midfoot. Here's what's crucial. Your torso angle should stay relatively constant as you rise. Your hips and chest should rise at approximately the same rate. A common mistake when fatigued is hips shooting up faster than your chest, putting you in a bent-over position. When your hips rise faster than your chest, you shift load from your legs to your lower back, which is dangerous. This dramatically increases spinal loading and injury risk. The cue is chest up or lead with your chest. Imagine your chest and hips are connected and must rise together. Keep that core brace tight throughout the ascent. Don't release it halfway up. That's when your spine is most vulnerable. Most experienced lifters hold their breath until near the top. As you reach the top, fully extend your hips by contracting your glutes. Don't hyperextend your back, just achieve neutral standing with glutes contracted. One final point, if you consistently get stuck at a particular point, that tells you where you need strength. Stuck at the bottom, work your glutes. Stuck halfway, that's quads. Stuck near the top, that's hip extension. Use that feedback to guide your training. All right, let's recap proper squat technique. Setup. Find your natural stance, roughly shoulder width with toes angled 15 to 30 degrees. Create intra-abdominal pressure by breathing into your belly and bracing your entire core. Descent, sit back and down simultaneously. Keep knees tracking over your toes, not caving in. Descend as deep as you can while maintaining a neutral spine, at minimum to parallel. Ascent, maintain your core brace, keep your torso angle consistent, drive through your whole foot, let your chest and hips rise together. Finish by contracting your glutes at the top. If I had understood these principles 3 years ago, I would have saved myself a lot of frustration. The research on proper squat technique is extensive and clear. These principles work. Here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing from this video. Maybe it's fixing your foot angle, maybe it's learning to brace properly, maybe it's working on your knee tracking. Focus on that one thing in your next workout. Master it. Then come back and add another element. You don't need to fix everything at once. Just be consistent with improving your technique over time. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more evidence-based content. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the biggest mistake you were making with your squats? I read every comment and I'm genuinely curious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.